Hey guys, welcome back to Clashing with Corey. If you liked the video, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Today's video is all about LAVALOON attacks at Town Hall 10, but a lot of these attacks will work at other Town Hall levels as well, anywhere 9 through 12. All these attacks that we're showing today are going to be pretty relevant. So I have some crazy attacks for you today, including a Queen Charge Mass Loon at the end by Lex Nose that uses 33 loons. You're not going to want to miss that attack, guys. So we're going to start out with an attack by King. King hit 2 fresh bases this war, and we're at a point in Clash right now where you have no idea what's going to be in the enemy CC. Before you could pretty well guess, before Siege Machines came out, nobody's really running Hounds that often, but now we're seeing probably at least 50% of the base are running Hounds, and that can really screw up a kill squad based attack. So King, being a smart guy, he chooses attack methods that really doesn't matter what's in the enemy CC. This one here, he's going to use a Skelly Donut. So we're going to check the ranges here of all these splash damage buildings, and he's going to use the Skelly Donut to kill the Queen and the enemy CC castle before the enemy CC can even come out, because remember, skeletons do not trigger the enemy CC, and none of these splash buildings can reach that area. So he's going to bring 5 skellies and a rage. Now the funny thing about this attack is he posted this plan, and El Patron told him that, hey man, I don't think that's going to work. He's like, first he said, I don't think 5 skelly spells is going to be enough, and King's like, I think it's going to work. So, and he also just told him the attack was a bad idea in general, and King said, hey, I'm going to do it anyways. So here, and you're going to find out why that's really funny on the next attack, that El Patron said that. So he goes in and kicks off the attack. Let's see, we're waiting down to that 3-minute mark. He's going to drop an archer over here first. A goblin would have been a better option over there because they get through gold mines, any sort of resource storage much quicker than an archer will. And then he comes over and he has to wait for the Queen to hop back over the hall before he can start his skelly spells. But if you look, he didn't start his main portion of the attack until 7 seconds into the attack already. So Queen's going to go down, enemy CC's going to go down, no problem, and he's still got tons of skellies to spare. In fact, under that rage, they're going to bust through that wall right there by that air defense. And there goes the wall. So over on the left-hand side, he's bringing in his Wrecker, and a baby dragon up top for funneling, some wizards for funneling on the bottom. And then he's going to bring in his heroes in right behind this. So we will never know what was in this enemy CC because he destroyed the clan castle before the attack even began. Now he can bring in his heroes, not have to worry about what's in the enemy CC. Unfortunately, his Queen is going to walk around the outside of the base. So she's going to end up grabbing a wizard tower down there, but I think it's safe to say she probably still could have got more value from inside. Luckily, those skellies open up that wall, so his King is going to go in a little deeper and take care of an air defense, but I think that's where his core push value is going to stop. Not really going to get any value out of that golem because it's going to get locked on by that single target. So just the same, he comes really close on this. This is a 99% attack. If he would have got it moving just a few seconds faster, it would have been a 3-star. So he brings in his Hounds and Loons to start it out, but if you look, they got a red bomb up there, so that second Hound really wasn't placed the best. But that's a good opportunity for the next person to hit this base to fix those little errors, and especially once when you know where all those red bombs are, it's a lot easier to place those Hounds. So as a result of using the Skelly Donut, you're using a lot of spells to take out that core. So I think he only had maybe 4 hastes and a heal for the rest of this raid, but he did have a lot of troops. So got some unfortunate pathing up there at the end. Loons are having to backtrack, and so that really that heal spell's going to wear out. He's still got a lot of Loons though. It was such a close attack still. I mean, he almost had it. He has a bit of bad luck at the end. You're going to notice all those minions are going to go get stuck on the King, slowing them down, of course. We'll ×2 through the rest. So he's going to end up, he's got a ton of troops left. If he would have just moved it along just a little bit quicker, you know what I mean? We had that 7 seconds at the beginning that could have started a little faster. And also, once you lay down your skellies and your rage, as Lex Nose pointed out, there's nothing more you can do in there. There's no use in sitting there staring at it. You might as well start your suicide heroes on the left-hand side, because, you know, just looking at your skellies and your rage isn't really going to help anything. So I definitely learned something from watching this too. Now, if you remember at the beginning, I said that El Patron told him, hey man, don't do this attack, not going to work. 5 skellies, not going to be enough. Look who cleans up this base. The good stuff right here. And not only does he, you know, that now that 5's enough, he realizes, hey, that could have been done with 4 because those skellies busted through a wall afterwards. So he's got the queen inside there. He's going to start this raid off just by dropping that rage and dropping the skelly straight down, which is the way it's normally done. But King made a good point. He said, if you drop your skellies first, the queen is not going to jump the wall. If you drop your rage first, you're still running the risk that your queen's going to jump over the next wall, and the skellies are going to have to beat through a wall to go get her. So he gets that core down really easily with just 1 rage and 4 skelly spells. Now he's coming in with the same exact thing over there, except he's going to try and take out this mortar with a bowler and a hog. That way, hopefully, the queen does not walk around the outside of the base. And it's going to work out for him really well. So heroes look like they're going in. Still baby dragon up top for funneling. No clue why the queen decided to step on the outside of the wall there to get that archer tower. She could have easily reached it from the inside, but she does. Luckily, the Expo has a sliver of health left and pulls her back in. King's going to go around the outside of the base, which is actually going to, I mean, it's cleaning up defenses that can't target air, but it's also going to clean up the pathing for his loons as well. And there, he gets that second air defense down. So yeah, it cleaned up his lavaloon portion really well. His queen still has an ability. She's going to go in there and take out even more of those air defenses. He positioned his second hound up here a little differently, so it soaked up that air bomb. And actually, his hounds in the middle, if you rewind back a little bit, soaked up most all the air bombs in the entire base. He's going to crush this base. Look how many loons he's got. Of course, he's got cleanup starting on the top already. I think he's going to swag a hound on this raid. My God. Got a heal spell going into that final section. He's still got a haste that hasn't even been used yet. Let's speed it up a little bit because this base is wrecked. So many loons left. Look at that. That might be compact, but that's a lot of loons left. So yeah, funny part about this is he told King, hey man, don't do the attack, it's not going to work. And then when he saw how close King got, he's like, yeah, that's going to work. Alright, what do we got? Next, we're going to look at King's next attack. It's going to be a little bit different, but he's following that same strategy of no matter what's in the enemy's CC, whether it's a hound or big dragon or, you know, a baby dragon and 3 Valks, he's using attack styles where he's ready for it either way. I'm definitely going to try and take a page out of his book and learn from that, because I had an attack this war that was kill squad based on a fresh base, and the hound in the enemy CC really screwed up my value. And you know, and I didn't get the 3-star because of it. So he uses loons down here to draw out the enemy CC, and when you draw it with loons, only troops that can target air troops are going to come out of there. So the only thing popping out of there is a wizard and an archer. This is another fresh hit, so we can guess he's definitely got a hound in there as well, and he's not ever going to have to deal with this for the course of this raid because he drew it ahead of time with loons. Now, up here he had a minion sitting up here that wasn't being targeted by any defenses. So if a big dragon would have popped out, it would have come on over to that minion, and he could have taken care of that with his suicide heroes, no problem. So he was ready for no matter what CC came out of there. And he's just suiciding his heroes down here, trying to take out some of these defenses, clean up a little bit of the pathing, so he can start his Lalo. He's got a pretty big Lalo. That's where I think all his spells are, except for that 1 haste for the CC lure. And he's got 3 hounds and 1 blimp. He's got 21 loons to do it. I'm not sure what he has in the CC. It might be max loons, but it might also be a hound. Remember, he hasn't killed the queen yet, so he's got a max skelly spell to use in conjunction with a rage to go ahead and kill her. but she's around a bunch of splash buildings right now. So you want to, if you drop that down too early, your skellies are just going to go down to all the splash buildings. So he gets the skelly spell down now in the rage, and that queen's already dead. He's got a ton of loons working through this base. Not a whole heck of a lot of base left. He does have a wizard tower on the back end, but he's got a heal in his pocket for that. And you'll notice up top, right after he dropped his loons, he was already dropping minions for cleanup. If you wait until your loons are done with all the defenses to drop your cleanup, you're gonna time fail every time. So if you're doing back-end troop style attacks like hogs or loons, you have to get in the habit of right after you're dropping your first group, you're dropping cleanup troops down right behind them to start working on cleanup. If you get in the habit of that, you're not ever going to time fail. Boom. So he had a poison handy just because he didn't know for sure what was going to come out of the CC, just to help the heroes kill it. Because again, it was a fresh hit, so he didn't end up needing that spell for this raid. Just absolutely crushes this base. Really smart choice at a time where we have no idea what's going to come out of the enemy CC. Alright guys, you held in through those 3 attacks. Granted, they were great attacks, but check this one out. This is going to be Lex Nose with a queen charge mass loon attack. There's no hounds in this army comp. Even in the blimp, guess what there is? More loons, max loons. So if you look at this dead space area over here, it just really invites a queen walk, because it doesn't take much funneling over here. You know exactly where your queen's gonna walk. She's gonna walk this way. So he's gonna break this wall right next to this cannon right here, so his queen comes in and has access to all this stuff. Gets a rage down. She's going to come into some heavy fire here pretty soon with 3-point defenses, including that Tesla on her. Guys, a test wall breaker in there. Good thing, because there is a giant bomb in there. Now the rest of his wall breakers come through. They catch the edge of that rage and speed up, so they get that wall down in time for the queen to get in there. Brings a poison down for the enemy CC. Not really that tough of a CC. I don't think he's even going to need a rage for it. I could be wrong. Nope, I'm right. Doesn't need a rage for it. He's going to come into some more heavy damage with that enemy queen in the expo, so he's going to have to get his rage down pretty early when she steps up there. Oh, nope, he's just going to elect to use the ability at this point. That's always a good safe bet. When you're coming into a maxed out enemy queen, sometimes a rage is not enough unless you have it down really early and start with a lot of health going into it. Sometimes she'll kill your queen anyway, so using his queen's ability was a really good choice on that, and it saves 2 rages for his Lalo portion. Look at that, so many loons. He just overwhelms that first section, making sure he has all those defenses covered so that loons aren't backtracking at all. Look at that. He's got, I don't know, probably 20-something loons coming into that middle section, coming into red bombs, coming into a wizard tower, and he's got the whole thing healed. He sends 3 more loons in to distract that back-end wizard tower there, and he doesn't group them up because the wizard tower loves grouped up loons. He spreads them out a little bit, so it really negates the power of that wizard tower when it can only shoot on 1 loon at a time. Swagging a rage, swagging a haste, crushing this base. Look at that army comp. I've watched this a few times, and honestly, it's fun to just watch it over and over again. Lex is the only guy I know that will not bring a single hound to go right into 3 air defenses and several wizard towers on the back end. You guys a beast. Crazy attack. Love it. Interesting stuff. Hey, I hope you guys liked the video today. It was a fun one for me. Those were some really fun attacks for me to watch and some really fun attacks for me to learn from. So I hope you guys enjoyed them as well. Be sure to tune in for the next video. I'll see you guys next time.